Righto. Hello. Hello, welcome everybody. Let me shut my window a little bit. It's pretty blowy. There we go. Hope you're well. Hope you had a great weekend. Markets are looking fantastic. Is it Friday already? No, it's the best day of the week. Monday. Plenty to do. A bit of news came out, so I thought I'd cover it. Welcome to all of you, and by the way, thank you for the feedback on the limited time free course there. It's been bloody awesome. Appreciate the comments, appreciate the help, and appreciate those that are jumping on to the Become a Master course. If that's new to you, then get over to tradercobb.com. Free course, 4 hours, all ingredients. Go get stuck in. Markets are very, 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 very nice right now. Pretty stoked about how it's all going, to be fair. Now, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you some of the trades last week, both winners and losers, that I was either inside myself or had put out to the community. And I want to show them to you because these were trades I either took or I just missed. You know, I got slippage or something happened and I just didn't get it. One of them was pretty devastating, but anyway. Okay, so let's get stuck into the news. It won't be too long. PayPal bought 70% of all newly mined Bitcoin last month as demand rockets. Well, of course, we have seen Bitcoin move higher and higher and higher. And guess what? The weekend, and just before the weekend, was a really nice pump for alts. Of course, XRP being the dominant force there, followed closely there by, what was it? Cardano's had a cracker, as too as Ethereum. Just starting to get some more legs to it at the moment, as a matter of fact, Ethereum. I've bought some more. I like the look of this chart. I think it's got more legs. But have a look at this doozy. Boom. Yep, we got in. Well, I got in, I should say, not we. Posted to the community back here at 26.6. And the reason I did, well, I know how to read a chart, you see. I've been waiting for this for a very, 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 very long time. We closed above it for the first time. I entered on the break of that candle and 70-odd 6% return. Pretty happy with that. A quick look at Bitcoin for the weekly. Of course, it has been a very strong week. Ethereum, very strong again as well, but I just feel like Ethereum is sort of still sitting there simmering. Not quite there yet. We've seen Link have a little bit of a move. Most of these have had pretty strong moves, and guess where they've come out of? Right out of, you guessed it, that cradle zone. Look, cradle zone, move, cradle zone, move, cradle zone, move. Oops. Not so much there. Not so much there. Cradles, no, actually not so much there. Yes, cradle zone, move. Cradle zone, move. And I've been following that for my longer term positions for a very, very long time. Same with over here, of course, and over here. Maximizing returns by using my trading ability in my investment portfolio as well. Can't see clearly. Has anyone else got blurriness issues? Just want to double check that. Maybe it's because I'm a bit stubbly. I look a bit blurry. I've trying to get past that. Can't be bothered to shave a bit. Maybe go a Christmas beard. What took the 76% jump? It was XRP. So more bullish news. As I say, you know, Bitcoin obviously it's looking really strong. Grayscale still buying. We've got PayPal buying that as well. And it's a really, 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 really big thing. Okay, really, really big thing. Lost fin. I don't know what a lost fin means. So it's really good to see that obviously PayPal opens up the gateway to retail. All right, it opens up the gateway to a lot of things. Now, my dad said to me, or sent me a text yesterday saying, "Don't forget to take some profits on Bitcoin while you can," which basically says to me that he's thinking that it's going to go to zero. Now, my dad is 65 years old. Hasn't got a clue at all, and that's okay. I don't need him to, but for me, it's that little bit of information that says boomers still, for the most part, don't get it. They still haven't put the time in to learn it. They're kind of like probably made their money in property. Let's be honest, during a very good period for them, and this is our opportunity right now. So from my point of view, I'm like, cheers, no worries, Dad. But it was a good indication. If my dad had been coming to me going, "How do I buy Bitcoin? How do I buy Bitcoin?" or whatever, then it would be like, okay. Well, you know, that's maybe it's time to get out, because if he's put the time in to learn it, that would be a sign somewhat for me to go and have a look. So you can see here, 70%, buying almost 70% of new supply of Bitcoins at the moment. That is fantastic. They're obviously getting themselves positioned for what will be, no doubt, a retail rush. I say no doubt. That's no doubt for me because, well, I think we're only just getting started. Google search is still very low compared to the 2017 boom, and we are only off by about 8% from all-time highs. So once again, very good coming out here. Oops. Very good information, very good news coming out once again, building towards that Bitcoin bullish sentiment. We like that. Sure, it's on bitcoin.com, but this is a PayPal related item, which no doubt will be getting traction outside of the cryptocurrency news base. Numero due piece of news. London-based think tank says XRP's remittance platform can minimize intermediaries and boost speed of international payments. Well, that's what XRP have been saying for a very, very long time, and perhaps this has coincide with the very strong move. I believe this was news that came out over the weekend or so, and from my point of view, of course, there has been a very strong XRP move, for which we just touched on a moment ago. Now, from my point of view, XRP, do I care about the technology? No, but that's not a bad thing. You know, it's just not my kettle of fish. I don't understand the tech side of this. It's not something for me. What I do is I read charts. Okay, that's it. I keep it simple, very, very simple. You'll see that in the way that I teach. It's full of stories. It's full of anecdotes. It's full of I've forgotten the word that I use all the time. Oh God, I used one of the A words I needed to. Anyway, it's full of stories. It's full of really simple stuff to bring it back down and make sure you understand it. And that's the feedback that we're getting. So I'm really stoked that people are enjoying it. It's about working with what you got, doing what you're good at, doubling down on that, and just getting better. I trade 3 strategies, have done for a long time. I don't need to learn all about the tech for me to do extraordinarily well through this market. So if you're not tech savvy, but you got eyes and you can look at the chart and you can be involved, that's what I do. Makes it a lot easier. So again, XRP coming out in the press. This is a top 10. It is one of the OGs in the top 10. It's been there pretty much forever that I can think of. And it's again, builds back to my theory that I put forth at the start of the year, which was that I think that money will flow into the top 10 first, as it will be fresh money into Bitcoin, then money into Ethereum, so on and so forth throughout that top 10. Why? Well, you can go back and find that post. But good flash websites, good long reputations, and most people do not know all the little bits and pieces or care. They look at what it is, they look at how long it's been around for, they look at the potential upside, and then they make their decision based on that. So the top 10 really is starting to move at the moment. 2 little known altcoins offer massive entry opportunities. Outlines what's next for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, Van der Pop tells his 85,000 followers that he's keeping a close watch on Ocean Protocol, which is a platform that allows companies to sell their data and buy data in a safe and secure marketplace. According to the analyst, traders can wait for Ocean to decline over 37% against Bitcoin before making an entry. Now, this is the classic issue that I have with technical analysts on Twitter. Yes, they've got a big following, much larger than mine, but what is this? I do give him one thing. There's nice clean charts, and they are horizontal levels. Tick, tick. But this sort of stuff, sure, might be right there. I don't know. He's looking at Ocean. I know Ocean sort of came out of the gates really, really hard. It's putting, and the reason I'm talking about this news story is that it's putting some smaller alts out, which kind of, it's good as well. So I just spoke about the top 10 being where I think most of the liquidity will flow into as we see Bitcoin moving, as obviously we are right now. But I also think that it's little things like this, and it's when people jump on to someone who's got 85,000 followers, and you know, obviously this dude holds Ocean Protocol, and he really wants it to move higher. Be aware of influencers. You know, Bitcoin Brad is sort of exposing a lot of the hanky-panky that is involved in the space, and I think it's something that you should be looking into, being aware of the ulterior motives. Now, that's why I say, for me, I'm just trading. There's nothing else to it. Be aware of what you're seeing. Of course, Ocean Protocol is there. Tomo Chain, good news. It's actually in my scanning list every single day. Here it is, up here. Woo! right there. So I can trade it against the perpetual dollar swap as well, which makes it much more accessible. And it was on my list earlier in the week. So it's about where's the volume, what can we be doing, and how can we use it. Some little known altcoins coming into news as well at the moment. Interestingly enough, Bitcoin less volatile than many of the S&P 500 stocks, and the good thing is, as well as Bitcoin's direction has been relatively easy to play into. It has been strong. It continues to be strong. Now, don't get me wrong. There will be a pullback. There will be, and it'll seem quite brutal. But you know what? Volatility is what we want. We want trend, we want volatility, we want a plan, a course of action, and then discipline. Those are the things you're going to need no matter what. Max, Jason, Cody, everybody else, g'day, hello. So it's about getting that plan in place to make this work. The S&P 500, for me, I look at being on the right side of a trade, hence why I've been buying Bitcoin and various different alts and getting myself into that position, because I don't want to, like, even now, okay, so I'm looking at boats again. I'm looking at the Eden Craft 233. Oh, gorgeous boat. And there, for 12 months, there wasn't a single one that came up for sale at all. There was, like, a good boat, right? In the last 5 days, 2 have come up. Now, I could go and buy that boat, but A, I've got to be able to use it. I'm pretty bloody busy right now, right? So I might not get to. B, March, stimulus, stops. What are they going to sell first? They're going to be selling the toys. I think that we'll get a better market. I always buy pullbacks. Now, given the boat's exactly what I want, but I think I can get just the same sort of thing later on when I can actually use the damn thing and save quite a bit of money. My point being is this. There will be a pullback. I do not like to buy when things are racing off. But in saying that, I am positioning myself a lot earlier than people that are just starting to enter. Best thing is to just get started and grow from there. So again, the volatility inside of Bitcoin right now is good. It's slowed down. It's much more cyclical at the moment. It's 24 hours, so we don't have the gaps, and it's just doing absolutely a ton more than the S&P 500. And me saying about pullbacks and being on the right side of the trade, the S&P 500, I believe, has got more potential risk for greater decline than Bitcoin at the moment. Okay, just because it's been in an uptrend for a very, very, very long time, over a decade, we have been in an uptrend on the S&P 500 with the ever so slight pullbacks. Of course, the last proper reset was the GFC. Now, with Bitcoin, well, we had a couple of proper resets, and we're just getting going again. Ultimately, the news across the weekend has been strong. It's very difficult. It's very easy to write news announcements while the market's going up. You watch what happens when the market goes down. Now, the final thing I wanted to show you, and I did cover Ripple or XRP at the beginning. I was a buyer of that a little while back, but let me just show you a couple of trades that came out last week. This one was an absolute doozy. I am now no longer in this trade. I took it down here on a 2-hour cradle that was shared with the Trader Cobb Slack community. It's a crypto cradle trade, and I got taken out roughly, is at the level, a little bit higher than that. I got taken out roughly, right on that. 11.84% multiple of risk. So if I risk $1,000, $11,840. Now I did scale out about 2.5, 3 to 1, so I ended up taking about 8% reward on that trade. One trade, 3 days. Happy days. Balancer. This was on the 8-hour. Once again, cradles have been just killing it lately. I actually made a mistake here. I'll show you why. That was my entry. That was my stop. Most people are still in. Another nearly 10 to 1. I got taken out here because, well, I did what I said I was not going to try and do this year, which was thinking. I was happy to lock in the profit. It was stuck in here. I made a decision. I stuck to it. But realistically, my stop should have stayed here, and I should still be in. Some of the best trades in the community coming out now, and people are, well, they're getting the best trades they ever have had in their lives. We've got someone in there as with, 80 to 1 on Bitcoin closing. These are simple strategies with outstanding potential. You just got to learn them. So here's the entry, still in, up here, another 10 to 1 trade there. Now, I took this. I got in, I got out, I got stopped out. That was a losing trade for me. Yearn, another losing trade for me. So I'm not just pointing out the wins, pointing out the losses too. So I took this little cradle here, stopped out, moved on, took a loss. So 2 losses. Sushi. Unfortunately for me, this was where I took uni instead of sushi. And you can see, look at this. back here. There's a lot of rules to this, but it's pretty straightforward. I mean, not as big, but still 4 times your capital investment as far as your risk multiple goes. And this was one that I was really spewing about because I was on a phone call to Binance, actually, talking about their rather crap margin trading platform, and I was given a walkthrough. I shouldn't say rather crap. It just wasn't facilitating my needs, is what I should say. I would have got taken out on that for a profit roughly around the bottom of that green wick. So another 2.33. Ultimately, I still ended the week in profit. It was a good week profit-wise. There were some setups that occurred that I did not take, and there was other trades that I wasn't able to get onto because I wasn't around. But the community was there. They did very, very well, and I hope you did too. So if you're wondering how you learn this stuff, it's pretty simple stuff. You just got to go to tradercobb.com. I'll show you in just a second. Get onto the free course. Get it done too. You know, don't just daddle around. Get through the material, and get through the material this month. ASAP. You come to the website, hit that there. You can see everything else you need to across the links. And then when you get in, I'm not logged in, so I can't show it to you. It'll be in your classroom where you can see everything there for you. Guys, get across and get into that if you haven't already. Have a fantastic day. Mwah. Bullish markets looking good. Go get them. Be smart, manage your risk, and take care of yourself and your mates. Take it easy, guys.